Hey guys, GameBoy30 on here once again. It's been a bit of a minute. Got some trucks lined up here, and these are actually all commission builds I've done recently. And I thought I'd show them off because all these will either be out in my packs or out soon in someone else's packs. So let's go ahead and take a quick look. I'm going to start off with Gravedigger here. Now you might be looking at this and say, what's so different about it? It looks like any other Gravedigger. Well, let's just take a quick look at it. Give it a quick drive and see if you can say, see any difference. Boing. Oh my. How did I not break any body panels from that? It will take breaking some body panels to start seeing any major differences, so I will try to do that starting eventually. Bruh, I gotta like just lock the brakes to actually even hit the roof. I used to be good at breaking stuff on purpose. God dang it, what happened to me? There we go. Gotta tip you back over now though. God dang it. Let's take a quick look at this. Looks pretty familiar, right? Well, it's got some small differences. If we take a look at the rear shock towers, they are in fact narrower. I'm not sure what's going on with that halo there, but the halo shape is also different. The rear shock towers are narrower. They are in fact the same width as the front to give the rear suspension more of an angle. Also, over the cab, all the bars have been adjusted, and we have ourselves a full covering roof option. And as well, because this is based off the CRD custom, and that normally doesn't have the top roof plating selectable. So let's take a look. Can have the standard roof thing size, or we can even just take it off. Normally you can't do that for CRD custom. And the rear shocks right now are different. They're unique to this chassis, so that they can have the camber that the narrower shock towers allow. And the one who commissioned this, let me correctly say who did that. Because I have, there we go, Chris, pretty sure I'll just call him Chris, said to do this and this and this and this and that. So I moved the cab back. I adjusted the location of the roof plating. I fixed up the like little front lip of the cab roof there, and narrowed the rear shock tower, as well as gave the Gravedigger panel van body the same style of halo as Sud has. So, with all this now, Chris says this is the most accurate Gravedigger chassis in the game, and I think that's pretty cool. Or at least modern Gravedigger chassis, I should say, because this is meant to be like 2020s. And I do have it labeled here, and it's on like the regular CRD chassis slot. I may put it down to my chassis mods, because it is one of my chassis mod things I've done here. So, I don't know. And I don't know why it spawned me there instead of back where I parked. But yep, this can have any CRD Gravedigger skin on it. And it's just a more accurate Gravedigger body, not body, chassis, and suspension option. If we do take a look. For now, the rear suspension, the only shock option is the filled in-house, present day. but more may be added in the future. Next up is a pretty similar story. This is a fairly accurate 2013 CRD Max D. And if we just take a look at the body, you can see how it's like angled forward and the front is lower than the back. That was made, like all the changes there were done in JB. So the only models on this chassis are for like some chassis bars. All the body movements were all done in JB, so that's cool. The Gravedigger body also does sit lower on that chassis than on standard CRD 3. I forgot to mention, but that is true. Boing. So this one will be labeled like Max D 2013 in the presets. And this is actually a cab option, chassis option to the CRD Skinny chassis. So I'll show you how we can mess around with that after we take off the body of Max D here. Being a little bit stubborn, but oh well. Dang. Alright, I guess we can just hide the body and show the chassis changes. And we can see here, it is a cab option for the Skinny chassis. We normally have custom and standard cab, but now we have full custom cab. This allows us to have some of the extra engine bars that are normally either on one or the other. This can have both. And now, the Max D body can be put on, whereas before you only had the Cheetah, the Mercury, and the Cranium. I don't even know what that body is, but we will pretend I know what that body is and take a look at the chassis here. Oh dang. Can't really do that because it does show the extension. Yep, it's got the extra surrounding cab bars. So I will just... Oh my, that is a very strong body. What the heck? I just tried to peel it off and it went, nope, it's gonna lift the whole truck. What the heck? There we go. It's a little bit hard to see, but we do have ourselves an extra engine bar over here. Take a look at that. The cab has an extra cab bar there, going from the corner up to like the top middle. And of course we have the chassis extension for more bars around the cab. And then of course the moved around Max D body. So I have not tested to see if all the other bodies can fit on these chassis changes. However, I will leave that for you to decide because this will be an adjustable add-ons just like the Gravedigger. That's all the things from Max D here, so we'll go ahead and park it up over here. And next take a look at something quite different. This is a lot more custom. This was commissioned by Cutless, and it is pretty much a lowered, widened, and it's a full custom chassis. That's obvious, but like the suspension and the bits coming out the hood there is what he was mainly looking for. It's not actually that much lower of a chassis than standard CRD. It's just that the body mostly looks lower. And this is a custom set of suspension. It does have the regular CRD 3 suspension, however it does have a new option here. And he calls this chassis the Insanity Unlimited 3.0 chassis. Why 3.0? Because the first two never saw the light of day. So what the Insanity Unlimited suspension is the stock shocks from CRD 3. However, it does have the CRC axles as their main thing, as the axles, wheels, forelings, stuff like that. It makes it wider. And we do have the option to change the forelink length. Right now it's at default, but it can get quite long or fairly short. He's going to have his own custom paint on this called Survivor. Right now it can't just have any MGM Pack Willys paint on it because it's the same body, just the front has no fenders and we have no bed or tailgate. And even though it's wide, the front clip still does get eaten by the tires on harder landings, so it is what it is. It does handle a bit odd just because of its shape, but it does still handle predictably, and of course it brakes all the same. Yeah, I have to show the little baby driver model we have here. So right now it's only got that body. Let's go ahead, disable the viewing of that. We can see the neat custom Lexan going for the front there, but also look at the driver. We made his head big and we made his body small. We made him need boosters for the pedals there. We were just having fun with this at this point. And we made the fire extinguisher just out of reach, so when you're in trouble, you know you can have faith that you'll not be able to make it. And the switches are over here. We don't have any gauges, but we do have the EFI stuff, so that's kind of neat. Other than that, it uses the stock CRD 3 custom engine, so can't have all the usual stuff and my engine mods installed since it uses the standard slot. So that's neat. And lastly, is an update to the charger. It has some basic collision now. Mike Bev is helping me out with getting it to not look like a Russian hack mod. And we have a new engine option. This is a big blower sticking out the hood. It's not textured yet though, so that's why it's just blank white for now. We've got almost 2100 horsepower from standard. This is a tune that loves to get big air. It kind of just launches off of ramps and jumps. Boing. Yeah, Mike Bev's helping with the J-beam of this. As soon as that's done and the engine textures are done, we'll have ourselves a Dodge Charger body released on November 30th. And this is what I mean right now. It does look like a Russian hack job. I have no idea what's doing all the spiking there. Mike said it's because it's awful, and I said, fair enough. I currently do have an option that's like static, not collidable. So if I wanted to just drive around and not need to worry about it looking stupid as heck, I could do that. Still have the... Wait, no, I don't have the cut hood option on this thing. Yeah, if I wanted to roll over and not worry about it looking stupid as heck, I could do that. And lastly, I did put on another paint. It's more than just the General Lee. We go to here. We do have a stock looking option. It's just a gray, black and gray Charger, rather. Just because I thought it would look kind of neat. There we go. Matte gray. Looks kind of neat. The last thing with the new engine is a new Hemi. I have it labeled as a 605 Hemi, and the 555 Hemi can be swapped in if you have front engine spec installed, so that's cool. We have the option for a BDS blower, or we have race individual throttle bodies. What is that? It may be hard to tell, but it is naturally aspirated and still pokes out the hood. So yep, it's like a race tunnel ram intake almost, but for each individual carburetor there. So that's neat. It's like a 8 single barrel carbs, which have like 2 4 barrels. What does that do? I don't know, but it looks cool. It still pokes out the hood. We still have 1600 horsepower from standard. Of course, we can mess around with this. All we like in tuning, we can change the RPM. How much can we even change the RPM here? We can go all the way down to 5500, all the way up to 9500. So we can rev pretty high. And the person who commissioned this, there was Jeremy, and then yep, the Charger body, the 605 Hemi, the 2013 Max D, and the 2020 Gravedigger will all come out on November 30th. That's when my pack update's coming out. You heard it here first. And I'm not sure when the Insanity Unlimited chassis will be out. I do know he wants to put more bodies on it, so I'll probably have more commission work for that coming up soon. However, everything else of mine will be November 30th, and I'll have some kind of video out for it. Also, I will be doing another Forza series, and in fact already recorded, and I just need to get it uploaded. I just have a real slow upload speed where I'm at now, so that's why I've been not doing as many videos as before. Or especially, I haven't done any streams in a long time. That's why my upload speed is pretty garbage. However, that's besides the point. I still make stuff, and I still have a blast doing it. That's it for now. I'll see you all in the future. Goodbye, everybody.